Married at First Sight UK's Jordan was left red-faced after his mum told his wife Chanita that he got chewing gum stuck on his manhood when he was a child. Fans were left cringing for him and in hysterics during Thursday night's episode of MAFS UK, which saw the couple's head on their homestay weeks. Jordan Amit Connolly, 29, and Chanita Stevenson, also 29, went to his home in Darlington where she was welcomed into his environment and got to meet his mum once again. Bringing out an envelope of printed photographs, Jordan and Chanita were joined by his mum as she reminisced about her son's younger years. "Look at my little kitty Winky, that's me and Joe when we were little." Chanita replies, "Your hair color is so different." Another snap, which showed a young Jordan with a towel wrapped around his head, led Chanita to call him a little E.T., but then his mother goes on to give her son a very embarrassing moment in front of his new wife. That day, he stole some chewing gum off the side and wrapped it all around his WY, and I said, "What are you doing?" Much to Jordan's dismay, as he protested, saying, "No, ma'am, skip. Next thing." Despite this, she carried on, and he come back and said he was all stuck, and every time you pulled it, it pinged his WY. He asked, "What are you doing, mum?" And she responded, "Well, that's what you did, son." Chanita joked, "Your mum is still traumatized from it." And the three fall into laughter together. MAFS fans took to Twitter to share their enjoyment of the moment, with one writing, "If Chanita doesn't call Jordan Wrigley's from now on, there's something wrong with her." Another wrote, "Jordan's mom just told the best embarrassing childhood story of all time. Chewing gum around his WY." One person added, "Most mums have to tell their kids not to swallow their chewing gum, Jordan." The dramatic episode also saw Matt Murray and Whitney Hughes allowed to re-enter the dating experiment as a brand new couple during Thursday evening's episode. The pair, 32 and 31, who both decided to leave with their former spouses during the previous episode, begged the show's panel of dating experts to stay together and see out the process. An explosive couples retreat week saw the pair spend the night together, despite being under the same roof as Mott's wife Gemma Rose and Whitney's husband Duca Cavalli. During the previous episode, late arrivals Matt and his wife Gemma decided to leave the process after a rocky journey, which came to blows following the revelation of his romantic feelings for Whitney. While legal PA Whitney similarly voted to leave with her husband Duca, after repeatedly branding him fake throughout the process as they failed to connect. But the pair weren't done with the experiment as a whole, begging the show's panel of dating experts to continue the process together, which raised the eyebrows of fellow contestants. Experts Paul C. Brunson, Mel Schilling and Charlene Douglas appeared skeptical to allow the pair back in, with it being a first in Married at First Sight history, but gave the couple a chance to plead their case. With Paul admitting he didn't want to let them back in, the dating guru asked Matt and Whitney to tell me why you should be allowed to stay. Admitting the experts have helped her emotionally thus far in the process, Whitney detailed her desire to continue developing her relationship with Matt with their help. And it turned out that the experts, like with every couple on the show, had even checked Matt and Whitney's scientific compatibility, revealing that they were a match on paper. "We can see that there is something real here, the science backs it up, and we are willing to let you back into the experiment as a new couple. Not as a married couple but as a dating couple," explained Mel. Clutching onto each other's hands, Matt and Whitney beamed at one another upon learning the good news. And it comes as the pair have been sharing cryptic hints to their Instagram, with Whitney posting a series of snaps to Instagram from real life that appear to be with Matt. but their co-stars may not be best pleased to see them at the next dinner party, after the scandal of their relationship left other contestants accusing them of disrespect. "You've disrespected Duca, you've disrespected Gemma, and you've disrespected the process," exclaimed Zoe Clifton during Wednesday's episode, as she branded Mata FGDD under her breath. Whitney and tattooed Matt spent the night together during a couple's retreat getaway in this week's episodes, despite their respective partners being under the same roof. The infidelity rocked the cast, with Gemma breaking down in tears after the betrayal comes to light in dramatic scenes on the E4 series. Later in the episode, April met George's mum and stepdad as they opened up about their intense time during the process. His mum said, while tearing up, because of his past and of women he hasn't been able to trust, he is very reluctant to go into another relationship. He has to have that trust. I just want him to be with someone he doesn't have to worry about what they're doing, who they're with. I've seen him hurt. My biggest concern for George is I don't want him to be hurt again. Oh, I would like to see him happy and safe with somebody. I really don't want you to break his heart." April told her mother-in-law, "I've always been faithful in every relationship and I believe that I treat people how I'd like to be treated. Rest assured I would never ever hurt George, ever." It comes after Tuesday's show, which saw George hinting at more traumatic scenes with his wife April, which were not shown on camera. Viewers saw the pair caught up in an explosive argument with Thomas Hartley after he branded them a fake couple, prompting George to explain, "We've been through a hell of a lot between us and Teresa, a lot of stuff that we can't bring to the commitment ceremony couch." The scenes were filmed earlier this year before it emerged that the couple have since split and April, 33, is now in therapy after the traumatic relationship. It has also been revealed that George, 40, was allowed to take part in the E4 show despite 3 of his exes complaining to the police about his alleged abusive behavior. Tension had been brewing between the newlyweds after Monday's episode, when Thomas labeled April a BCH and a liar before saying she was the fakest person here, leaving the former beauty queen in tears. Also in the episode on Thursday, Thomas Hartley, 31, met husband Adrian Sanderson's best friend Kate, who he clashed with on the wedding day after her continual questions of his future plans. The digital designer, 37, said that she is an integral part of his life. "This has to go well today." Kate told the married couple, "The wedding day was quite a stressful day, I did struggle. Adrian, you did seem lost, you didn't seem like the person you normally are to me, and I was concerned. I felt attacked, and I'll be honest, I didn't want to be here. But Adrian, I was desperate to see you." She continued, "The wedding for me was quite dramatic. I don't think they are a match and I can't quite understand how they have got to this point." Thomas said he thinks he has calmed somewhat, but warned that he was a strong character and had just married a stranger. In Pasha and Quain's homestay, he refused to show her his home because he was a private person, much to her confusion. Instead, she met his friends at a restaurant in his hometown of Leighton, East London, where they asked his new wife her thoughts about their relationship once it meets the real world post-experiment. But it got a bit intense after Kwame answered the same question by saying he thinks it will be interesting as they have gotten close during the process, with Kasha admitting that he never tells her how he feels about her. "I don't expect the man to tell me how much he's deeply in love with me, but I would have expected Kwame to express himself more towards me, or maybe his feelings towards me. If he doesn't start, then I think we both know where this is heading. At the table, Kwame told Kasha, "At the end of the day I'm gonna hold back because we're in a process. Because when we're outside, it's Free Willy." Kasha quickly quipped, "Well, just so you know, I can date outside of this process, Free Willy as you say. All different kind of FG Willy, okay?" She then added, "I can tell Kwame is very uncomfortable engaging in such of conversations, but there are things that are coming up that we need to confront." Kwame then told Kasha, "There are times when I am surprised by the things you say because I feel like I communicate this the same way all the time." She said, "We don't talk about these things behind closed doors, we don't talk about ourselves outside properly, no we don't."